Hello, good morning friends. Today we are going to start the paper second, that is board 502, that is morphology and taxonomy of angiosperm. This is the title of paper, Morphology and Taxonomy of Angiosperm, and the paper is board 502, and today we are going to start the paper board 502, Morphology and Taxonomy of Angiosperm. Our first unit is the vegetative morphology. We start from unit first, vegetative morphology. In this unit, we study the morphology of root, second, morphology of stem, third, morphology of leaf. In the vegetative morphology, that is unit first, in which we study the morphology of root, morphology of stem and morphology of leaf. And today we are going to start to study the morphology of root. In the morphology of root, we study the definition of root, second, how roots are formed, third point is types of roots, and last, functions of roots. There are 4 points in this unit. The first, what is root, means definition of root. Second one is how roots are formed. Third, types of roots, and last one is the functions of roots. Now, before going to study of roots, it is necessary to know that what is root, how roots are formed. Now, we know very well the definition of root. Root is a descending axis of the plant body. Root is descending axis of the plant body, which grows towards the center of gravity and away from sunlight. This is the definition of root. Root is a descending axis of the plant body which grows toward the center of gravity and away from sunlight. This is the simple definition of root. म्हणजे काय रूट काय? रूट हा जमिनीचा खालचा पार्ट आहे, डिसेंडिंग पार्ट आहे. कशाच्या दिशेने वाढतो? सेंटर ऑफ ग्रॅव्हिटीच्या दिशेने वाढतो. आणि कशाच्या विरोधात वाढतो? सनलाइटच्या विरोधात वाढतो. अगेन्स्ट द sunlight means away from sunlight. This is the definition of root. Root is also called as the underground part of the plant body. there are two parts of the plants. The underground part of the plant body is called as root, while aerial part of the plant body is called as shoot. वनस्पतीचे दोन भाग असतात, एक जमिनीचा खालचा आणि एक जमिनीचा वरचा. जमिनीचा जो खालचा भाग असतो त्याला काय म्हणतो आपण, रूट म्हणतो, बरोबर आहे. नंतर जमिनीचा वरचा जो भाग असतो त्याला काय म्हणायचं, शूट म्हणायचं. काय म्हणायचं, शूट. मग आता ही रूटची डेफिनेशन आहे. रूट इज अ डिसेंडिंग एक्सिस. डिसेंडिंग म्हणजे खालचा, descending axis of the plant body which grows towards the center of gravity and away from sunlight. This is the simple definition of root. Now the question is that how roots are formed. It is very simple and very interesting that how roots are formed. See, when the seed get favorable condition, this is seed. When seed get favorable condition, means water, soil, air and temperature. These are the four factors which are essential for the germination of seed. Seed germinate होण्यासाठी ह्या चार घटकांची आवश्यकता असते. कोणकोणते? वॉटर, सॉइल, टेम्परेचर आणि एअर. ज्यावेळेला हे चारही फेवरेबल कंडिशन्स सीडला मिळतात, when seed gets this favorable condition, then the seeds are germinate. Seeds becomes germinate. Seed. This is a seed. When seed get favorable condition, the seeds germinate. And there are two parts are produced. The one part grows towards the upper side, that is towards the sunlight. That is called as a plumule. It is called as a plumule. The part which grows towards the upper side, means towards the sunlight, that is called as a plumule. While this is another part. This another part grows towards the downwards, means towards the soil or center of gravity, that is called as a radicle. When the seeds germinate, it produces two parts. The part which grows towards the upper side, means towards the sunlight, that is called as a plumule. And from that plumule, shoot is formed. From the plumule, shoot is formed. And this is the another part which grows towards the lower side, that is towards the soil. That part is called as a radicle. And from the radicle, the roots are formed. आणि ह्या radicle पासून काय तयार होतात, roots form होतात. In this way, the roots are formed. Now, see, this is the underground part. We call that root. This is the aerial part. We call that shoot. Okay. Now, our next point is that the general characters of roots. Which are the general characters of roots? See. The first general character of root is that it is descending axis of the plant body. This is the first general character of the root. Root is a descending axis of the plant body. Second character is that it is non-green in color. Roots are non-green in color. Generally, the roots are non-green in color. The first character is that it is descending axis of the plant body. कुठं वाढतं, जमिनीच्या खालच्या दिशेने वाढतं, म्हणून काय हा डिसेंडिंग ऍक्सिस आहे प्लांट बॉडीचा. सेकंड, वी नो व्हेरी वेल Generally, the roots are non-green in color. Third is that it is leafless. Roots are leafless. The fourth general character is that on the roots, nodes and internodes are absent. This is the fourth character of the plant, fourth character of the root. That is, on the roots, nodes and internodes are absent. Now the question is that what is node and internode? मतलब node and internode किसला मतलब? Simple. See. This is the plant body. This plant body having stem and leaves. This is the portion of stem from which leaf is arise. हा स्टेमचा पोर्शन आहे. इथून काय झालंय? लीफ अराइज झालेलं. Again, from this portion the leaf is arise. Means the portion of stem from which leaf is arise, it is called as a node. The portion of stem from which leaf is arise is called as a node. मैं हा देखील काय असेल? Node असेल. Correct. This is also node because from here the leaf is arise. The portion of stem from which leaves are arise, from which birds are arise, from which scales are arise, is called as a node. स्टेमचा असा पोर्शन की ज्या स्टेमच्या पोर्शन पासून लीफ अराइज होत असेल, बर्ड्स अराइज होत असतील किंवा स्केल्स अराइज होत असतील, that is called as a node, and the distance between two nodes is called as a internode. Another example. See. This is the figure of sugar cane. This is sugar cane. On the sugar cane, there are such nodes and internodes are absent. Now, sugar cane is a stem. It is a stem, and this is the portion from which birds are arise. Here the birds are present. Here the scales are present. This is the bird, and this one is scale. This is also bird. Is scale. The portion of stem from which birds are arise, from which scales are arise, is called as a node. काय म्हणायचं याला? नोड म्हणायचं. मग याला देखील काय म्हणणार? नोड म्हणणार. करेक्ट. Because from this portion there are also birds and scales are arise. It is also node. And the distance between two node, ह्या दोघं नोड मधला जो डिस्टन्स आहे याला काय म्हणायचं? इंटरनोड. It is called as a internode. And such a node and internodes are absent on the roots. Roots वर nodes and internodes absent असतात. बरोबर? And last character is that on the roots birds and scales are also absent. On the roots. These are the 5 general characters of roots. The first general character of root is that root is a descending axis of the plant body. Second, roots are non-green in color. Second, roots are leafless. Fourth, on the roots there are nodes and internodes are absent. जर रूट्स लिफलेस आहेत, रूट्सवर बर्ड्स आणि स्केल्स नसतात, म्हणजेच काय रूट्सवर काय नसतात, नोड्स अँड इंटरनोड्स आर absent. And last with that, on the roots there are buds and scales are also absent. These are the 5 general characters of roots. Okay, and now we study about the types of roots. There are 2 types of roots. The first one is taproot and second one is adventitious roots. These are the 2 types of roots. हे roots से 2 types है, taproot and adventitious roots. Now the question is that what is the difference between the taproot and adventitious roots? मग taproot आणि adventitious root मध्ये काय फरक आहे? First of all, we discuss about the taproot. See, this is a taproot system. In this case, the root is directly developed from the radicle. Taproot system मध्ये काय असतं, root is directly developed from the radicle. The root which is directly developed from the radicle is called primary root. See, we study the types of roots. This is the first type called taproot. It is a type of root. In this type, the root is directly developed from the radicle. ज्याला radicle पासून root develop होत असेल त्याला म्हणायचं taproot. मग taproot मध्ये काय असतं? This is a main branch of root which is directly developed from the radicle. Radicle पासून जे root form होतं त्याला काय म्हणायचं? Primary root. And this primary root later on produce the secondary and tertiary roots. हे जे primary root आहे, primary root काय करतं? This is the secondary root and this one is the tertiary root. The primary roots later on produce secondary roots and tertiary roots. Now, this is the branch root system. Primary roots, secondary roots and tertiary roots. These root system having the branches. You have root system like branches and hence it is called as a branch root system. And this is the characteristic feature of the dicotyledon. This root system is present in dicotyledons plants. Dicotyledon plant मध्ये काय असतं? Taproot system असते. लक्षात ठेवायचं. This is the characteristic feature of dicotyledon. That is the presence of taproot system. And the example of taproot system is mango, neem, hibiscus, cotton, etc. All the dicotyledonous plants having a taproot system. This is all about the taproot system. And now we discuss on the adventitious root system. Second type is a adventitious root system. See, this is a adventitious root system. This is the second type of root system called adventitious roots. In this case, roots are not directly developed from the radicle. या ठिकाणी काय होतं रूट्स रेडिकल पासून डेव्हलप होत नाही. टॅपरूट सिस्टम मध्ये काय होतं रूट्स आर डेव्हलप फ्रॉम द रेडिकल. हियर द रूट्स आर नॉट डेव्हलप फ्रॉम द रेडिकल. इन दिस केस द रेडिकल इज डाइड. रेडिकल डाइज सून आफ्टर द सीडलिंग. जसे सीडलिंग स्टेजला काय होतं रेडिकल डाइज होतं. द रेडिकल आर डाइज at the seedling stage and from any part of the plant the roots are developed. That type of root system is called as a adventitious root system. See, this root system is not directly developed from the radicle. In this case, radicals die soon after the seedling and from any part of the plant the roots are produced. That kind of roots are called as a adventitious roots. Now, in this root system, all the roots arise from the single region or single portion, and hence these roots are in the form of cluster. Cluster means group. ह्या ठिकाणी सगळे roots काय एकाच पोर्शन पासून प्रोड्यूस झालेले. कसे ते क्लस्टर मध्ये ग्रुप्स मध्ये. Hence, this root system is called as a group root system. काय म्हणतात त्याला ग्रुप रूट सिस्टम म्हणतात. टॅपरूट सिस्टमला काय म्हणत होते ब्रांच रूट सिस्टम म्हणत होते. बिकॉज दॅट रूट सिस्टम शोइंग द ब्रांचिंग प्रायमरी रूट सेकंडरी रूट अँड टर्शियरी रूट. That is called as a branching root system. Here all the roots are in the form of cluster. Here all the roots are in the form of group. सगळे roots कसे आहेत ग्रुप मध्ये. Hence it is called as a group root system. These roots are look like a fibers. They are cylinder fibers, and hence this root system is also called as a fibrous root system. काय म्हणतात त्याला fibrous root system देखील म्हणतात कारण हे कसे फायबर्स सारखे आहेत सगळे. And this is the example of adventitious roots is maize, jawar, grass, etc. These are the example of adventitious root system, and these are all the examples of monocotyledon. Means it is clear that the adventitious root system is present in monocotyledons, while taproot system is present in dicotyledon. This is the characteristic feature of the monocotyledon, that is the presence of adventitious roots. And the example of adventitious root is maize, jawar, grass, etc. Okay, and now we discuss on the last topic, that is the functions of roots. The first function of the root is that the absorption of water and minerals from the soil. We know very well that what is the function of root? The main function of root is that the absorption of water and minerals. Absorption of water and minerals from the soil. This is the first function of the root. The second function is that root gives mechanical support to the plant body. Root gives mechanical support to the plant body. Third is that the roots not only perform the function of absorption of water and minerals and mechanical support, but sometimes the roots also perform the function of storage of food material. Perform the function of storage of food material. Example: radish, carrot, sweet potato, etc. In the case of radish, carrot and sweet potato, these are the roots, and here the roots perform the function of storage of food material. गाजर असेल, मुळा असेल किंवा रताळ असेल, याच्यामध्ये काय करतात? फूड स्टोरेज करण्याचं काम करतात रूट्स. म्हणून रूट्सचं तिसरं फंक्शन काय? स्टोरेज ऑफ फूड मटेरियल. The next function is that root gives extra support to the plant body. The second function of root is that it gives the mechanical support to the plant body. But sometimes the plants in which stem is weak, they need extra support, and the roots also perform the function of extra support to the plant body. या ठिकाणी काय करतात ते? एक्स्ट्रा सपोर्ट देण्याचं काम करतात. एक्झाम्पल: ज्वार, maize, ficus. In the jawar, maize and ficus, there are prop root and stilt root are present. This prop root and stilt root is nothing but the modification of root. Why? Because with the help of this prop root and stilt root, they use the extra support to the plant body. ज्यावेळेला plant bodyचं वजन विस्तार जास्त असेल त्यावेळेला त्याला काय गरज पडते? एक्स्ट्रा सपोर्टची गरज पडते. त्याला रूट्स काय फंक्शन करतात? एक्स्ट्रा सपोर्ट देण्याचं काम करतात. And this is the fourth function. This is the additional functions. These are the two main functions: absorption of water and minerals from the soil and gives the mechanical support to the plant body. These are the two main functions, and these are the additional functions. The roots also perform the function of storage of food material. Roots also perform the function to give the extra support to the plant body. And next one is that roots also perform the function of respiration. Roots perform the function of respiration. Example: Nematophore. Nematophore is a plant in which the aerial roots are present. What I said? Aerial roots. Generally, roots are present in the soil. Root is a descending axis of the plant body, but it is an exceptional case, nematophore. In the nematophore, the roots are aerial and they perform the function of respiration, and hence that roots are also called as a breathing roots. ह्या रूट्सच्या मदतीने काय करतात ते रेस्पायरेशन करतात, म्हणून त्यांना काय म्हणतात ब्रीदिंग रूट्स म्हणतात. म्हणजे रूट्स काय करतात रेस्पायरेशनचं देखील फंक्शन करतात. नेक्स्ट फंक्शन इज दॅट सिक्स फंक्शन, द रूट्स also perform the function of assimilation, means photosynthesis. In case of Tinospora, ज्याला आपण गुळवेल म्हणतो, in the Tinospora the root is green in color. This is also exceptional case. Generally roots are non-green in color. We already studied in the general characters of roots that roots are non-green in color, but in case of Tinospora the roots are green in color. That is because of the presence of chlorophyll pigment, and we know very well that the part of plant in which chlorophylls are present that perform the function of photosynthesis. वनस्पतीच्या ज्या ज्या भागामध्ये क्लोरोफिल असेल, जो जो पार्ट हिरवा असेल तो काय करतो फोटोसिंथेसिस करतो. म्हणजे टिनोस्पोराचे रूट्स असतात, ह्या टिनोस्पोराच्या रूट्स मध्ये काय असतात क्लोरोफिल असतात, and hence the roots of Tinospora are green in color and they perform the additional function, that is the assimilation, means photosynthesis. This is the sixth function of the plant body. And last function is that the roots also perform the function of vegetative reproduction. There are two types of reproduction, vegetative reproduction and sexual reproduction. The vegetative reproduction is also called as a asexual reproduction. And with the help of, and sometimes the roots also perform the function of vegetative reproduction. बऱ्याच वेळेला काही रूट्स असे की ते रूट जर तोडून लावलेत, रूट जर कट करून लावलेत तर त्यांच्यापासून नवीन प्लांट्सची निर्मिती होते. जसं तुम्हाला गुलाब लावायचं असेल, काय करतो तुम्ही, करेक्ट, गुलाबाची काडी आणतात, बरोबर आहे, चांगली हेल्दी स्टेम आणतात आणि लावून देतात. त्या स्टेम हेल्दी स्टेम लावलं की त्याच्यापासून काय होतं, गुलाबाचं नवीन प्लांट तयार होतं. तुम्ही गुलाबाचे सीड्स लावतात का, नाही, स्टेम पासून काय होतं नवीन प्लांट बॉडी तयार होते. दुसरं एक्झाम्पल सांगते, येस, शुगर केन, ऊसाची लागवड करतात, काय करतो आपण ऊसाचे स्टेम लावतो. तसं रूट्स देखील काय करतात व्हेजिटेटिव्ह रिप्रोडक्शनचं काम करतात. अँड दिस इज ऑल अबाउट द फंक्शन्स ऑफ रूट्स. There are total 7 functions of roots. These are the two main functions: absorption of water and minerals from the soil. This is the main function of the root. Second, it gives mechanical support to the plant body. Beyond these two main functions, the plants also perform these functions. The roots also perform these functions. The roots perform the function of storage of food material. Roots काय करतात, food material store करण्याचं काम करतात. Roots also gives the extra support to the plant body. रूट्स एक्स्ट्रा सपोर्ट देतात प्लांट बॉडीला. फॉर एक्झाम्पल फिकस, वडाचं झाड आहे, बरोबर आहे, वडाच्या झाडाच्या त्या पारंब्या आहेत, त्या पारंब्या कशासाठी आहेत, फॉर द एक्स्ट्रा सपोर्ट. तुम्ही बघितलं असेल काही ठिकाणी ज्या वडाच्या पारंब्या असतात त्या वडाच्या पारंब्या काय जातात कालांतराने जमिनीत जातात, कारण वडाचा विस्तार जो आहे तो खूप मोठा आहे आणि एवढा मोठा विस्तार असलेल्या प्लांटला सपोर्ट करणं, मेकॅनिकल सपोर्ट करणं हे अंडरग्राऊंड रूट्सला कठीण जातं, अवघड जातं. म्हणून त्या प्लांटच्या विस्तारला जर पेलायचं असेल तर काय असतात, त्याच्या पारंब्या असतात, त्या पारंब्या जमिनीत जातात. मग ज्या पारंब्या असतात त्या पारंब्या काय आहेत, त्या रूट्स आहेत, काय करतात ते ऍडिशनल सपोर्ट देण्याचं काम करतात. आणि काही प्लांट्स असेल जवार आणि मेज, हे काय आहे, यांचे जे स्टेम हे वीक असतात. वीक असल्यामुळे काय होतं, यांच्यापासून यांच्या स्टेमचा जो नोडल पोर्शन असतो त्या नोडल पोर्शन पासून देखील काय होतात रूट्स अराईज होतात, ते जमिनीत जातात आणि एक्स्ट्रा सपोर्ट देण्याचं काम करतात. The next function is that the roots perform the function of respiration. Roots कशाचं फंक्शन परफॉर्म करतात, कधी कधी रेस्पायरेशनचं फंक्शन करतात. मी तुम्हाला सांगितलं नेमॅटोफोर आहे, हे ज्या ठिकाणी दलदल असेल, ज्या ठिकाणी पाणी साचलेलं असतं, समुद्राच्या खाड्या वगैरे असतात, त्या ठिकाणी हे प्लांट्स वाढतात. आणि त्या प्लांट्स मध्ये काय असतात, एरियल रूट्स असतात. रूट इज अ डिसेंडिंग ऍक्सिस, बट इट इज अ एक्सेप्शनल केस. हियर द रूट्स आर असेंडिंग, पाण्याच्या वरती येतात हे रूट्स आणि काय करतात, रेस्पायरेशनला मदत करतात. म्हणून रूट्स कधी कधी काय करतात, रेस्पायरेशन देखील करतात. नंतरचं सांगितलं तुम्हाला मी टिनोस्पोरामध्ये. टिनोस्पोरा म्हणजे गुळवे. याच्यामध्ये काय असतात, रूट्स आर ग्रीन इन कलर. जनरली रूट्स आर नॉन ग्रीन इन कलर, बट in case of Tinospora, roots are green in color, and hence they perform the function of photosynthesis, means that is assimilation. And last function, seventh function is that the roots also perform the function of vegetative reproduction, and this is all about the roots. Okay, and tomorrow we will discuss on the stem. Thank you.